What's up, guys? My name's Owen, and welcome back to the Ben Fender podcast. And in today's episode, I am going to be reviewing the 2022 St. Louis or Gateway race. This is the first time in history we've seen Gateway in the NASCAR Cup Series. I think Gateway was in the truck series for a couple years, so yeah. Also, one thing before I start, I realized after I finished recording that I forgot to rate the Coke 600, and I am going to give the Coke 600 a 8 out of 10. That was a really good race, but now let's get on to Gateway, which is kind of a enlarged, not Dover, Darlington. So, first off, Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric take the lead, or lead the field to green. And the first stage was only 45 laps. So Chase Briscoe led for the first little while. And then the first really kind of interesting moment was on lap 4 when a couple people decided to go 4 wide, which 3 wide was getting sketchy. 4 wide is like danger zone. So they tried that. Everyone ended up getting out of that all right. Then a little while later, Chase Briscoe, the leader, blows a tire and has to pit, but it stays green, and Austin Cindric takes the lead, and Austin Cindric wins stage 1. So at the end of stage 1, there were 4 cars that were laps down. Now, the second stage was 95 laps. I feel they could have done this a lot more even rather than 45-95. What is that? But so Austin Cindric won the race off pit road, and Ryan Blaney took the lead of the race since he did not pit. A little while later, Ross Chastain gets into Denny Hamlin, who hits the wall and brings out the first caution of the race. And Denny Hamlin was not happy with Chastain, which I can see why. Then after Ryan Blaney won the race off pit road. But Kyle Busch takes the lead since he did not pit. And around this time, Corey LaJoie was out of the race. We learned later that it was a mechanical issue. Then a little while later, Ryan Blaney blows a tire and hits the wall, bringing out the second caution of the race. Then Kyle Larson wins the race off pit road, but a lot of drivers stayed out, and Michael McDowell leads the race. Then Chase Elliott gets spun off of Ross Chastain as they were going 3 wide out of one of the turns. And Bubba Wallace also spins trying to avoid that. That brings out the third caution. Michael McDowell leads. Then within a lap after the last caution, Bubba Wallace spins off Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And then Martin Truex Jr. wins the race off pit road. And I think this was the only penalty. Yeah, this was the only penalty they called in the race. But Tyler Reddick had got a penalty for removing equipment. He dragged his gas can out of his pit box. Kurt Busch takes the lead, and Kurt Busch ends up winning stage 2. So at the end of stage 2, only one car is out, and 2 cars were laps down. Alright, Kurt Busch won the race off pit road for the start of stage 3, and stage 3 was 100 laps. So after that, Martin Truex Jr. leads. Then Tyler Reddick spins and gets a little bump by McLeod, by BJ McLeod. That brings out the 5th caution of the race. Eric Jones wins the race off pit road. And off the restart, Kyle Busch takes the lead. Then a little while into that run, I saw Cody Ware was out of the race. Don't know what happened to him. Didn't really. The broadcast didn't really say anything about him. Then Ricky Stenhouse spins, bringing out the 6th caution. Then Joey Logano takes the lead. And then Cole Custer spins and hits the wall, bringing out the 7th caution. Then off that restart, Kyle Busch takes the lead. Then with a couple laps to go, Kevin Harvick just slams the wall and brings out the 8th and final caution of the race, and Harvick could not continue. After that restart, Logano takes the lead, and Joey Logano becomes the 3rd 2-time winner this season, as Logano takes the win. So, the top 5 was Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Alex Almirola, finishing with a solid top 5. All in all, this race was better than I expected it to be. It was kind of boring, but with like this new car at shorter tracks, there's not really much action. There's not really much passing. Really, most of the only passes for the lead were off like restarts. So I'm going to give this race a like 6.5 out of 10. It was better than expected, but so join me next week for my Sonoma race review. And also, please like and subscribe. And go support my other channels. Both those links are in the description below. And we'll see you next week. Peace.